They do have Jonathan Toews there now.
Yeah. What did you think of that? Like, I think he was always like, that was an easy fit. One of 2 or 3 places we could see him ending up.
Right.
So I don't think I'm surprised he's there. What did you think of the contract?
Well, are the numbers being reported that the $2 million base?
$2 million base, and then like $500,000 for every 10 games he plays. The contract could top out at $7 million. If you go deep enough into the playoffs and he plays, 20 games, 30 games, 50 games, when you add it all up, it's a $7 million contract. If he, what freaks me out about it and makes me think it's actually a brutal contract. He doesn't have to. There's no points built into it. There's no scope. He just has to exist for 50 games. Is he good enough to play 4th line left wing for you for 50 games? That's $5 million right there.
Where do I sign up for that?
Where do you sign up for that, man?
It's actually $2.5 million.
Well, it's whatever it is. However it grows. I think 50 is the last one.
Okay.
And that's $5 million if he reaches those, and then the extra $2 million comes in the playoffs if they go to the.
I was only going by if it's 10 games, $500,000.
Yeah.
Then you go bam, bam, 2.5 million. Anyways, it's still
because it's $2 million base and then 500 on top of that as you start building it up, right? Each one. Anyway.
All right. I don't want to drag.
No. It who's paying? Forget the fact that he's missed
2 years.
Yeah. Who wants to pay a 37-year-old center possibly $7 million? It's a terrible fucking contract.
Winnipeg.
Yeah.
Who,
I guess.
Who doesn't
can't get free agents.
This is it.
You can't even get the hometown guy to stay for.
It's not even stay. Come.
Yeah.
Come. I will go with him. It's to me. I don't know, and I don't have high expectations for him.
I don't either.
And I don't understand why with these incentive-laden contracts, it is always, like you look at Connor Brown's that he signed a couple of years ago in Edmonton. Yeah, it was like, if you make it to 20 games, there's $1 million. And you're like, why aren't they, I understand, give me a threshold for dollars. Yes, that's true. And make it 40 games, whatever, and make it $1 million. That's fine.
Yeah. If it turns, because the rationale is simple here for Toews, or at the time for Connor Brown. If you stink and we can't even play you, we don't want to have given you a $4 million contract.
Right.
So it starts as a $2 million contract, and if you can go, then we'll pay you. But we don't want to be locked into that. So I understand the idea of it.
But there needs to be production.
This is what I'm saying.
Yeah, no, and I think you need to marry both of those together.
Yes.
It needs to be a hybrid. It can't just
if you have played 50 games, we need you to be at 45 points or 40 points or something, right? Like marrying these things together. I'm listening to TSN 1050 the other day, and they're talking about, it would be so great for Winnipeg if he could come back and be dropped in there. What they need is him as their 2C. I'm like, if you are expecting that guy, any 37-year-old center, now we get into the medical stuff he's been through, the fact he's been gone for 2. Get any thought in your head of that guy being anybody's second-line center, let alone a team that just won a President's Trophy, out of your head. At best, in my opinion, a third-line center. And I'm not paying any third-line center at 37 years old $5 million just to exist.
Well, and they're one of those teams that you go, yeah, we love our first line.
Yeah.
And we have that great third line.
Yep.
And you're like, so we could they would like him to be
of course
that 2C. Because if you take Lowry and you put him in that spot, it just doesn't.
No, it's not enough.
It doesn't work, right? And so.
Well, they went out and tried it with Brandon Tanev. Not like he's kind of ideally a 3C. As well, I would think.
Well, once you have too many of those, then you're like, And
I am a Toronto Maple Leaf.
Yeah, we don't want to rob from that line to bolster that line, and then you don't have any. You just have one, the first. So it's a lot of wishful thinking. Like, I think he's going to come back and he's going to be great on draws.
Sure.
I think he's gonna be kind of a good leader.
Forget the money. What do you think he ends up as on that roster? Like, ideally slotted. What is he walking back into? Still capable of, and points wise, position wise, responsibility wise.
I think you hope that he can take defensive zone draws.
Yeah.
I think you hope that he comes up with half a point a game, 40 points.
Yeah. Okay.
I think you're kind of looking at Yeah, if he came up with 40 points, I think they would be ecstatic.
So
Ecstatic.
the Ottawa Senators come out on July 1st and say to you, we have just signed a 37-year-old center. We want him to play on our third or fourth line. We expect he can probably help kill penalties, be a good guy in the room. We don't want to take that away from him, although...
As Jason York always says, good in the room, stay in the room.
Well, and as a lot of people are saying to the Jets right now, he wasn't that good in the room in Chicago in 2010 as the leader there.
That is a franchise laden with...
That's right.
With guilt and...
So the Senators sign a 37-year-old center to be in their bottom six. He's going to give you 40 points. They say to you, at what number? Like, at what number do you say, fuck that, too high? Because it's going to be lower than 7. It's going to be lower than 5. He's getting paid for his name right now.
Yep. Yeah, I get it. To me, yeah, anything more than 4. Anything more than 4 I'm complaining about.
All right, yeah. We are just about a week away from that season where we will be complaining about things our team has done.